Welcome to today's video. I'm very glad that you're here and welcome. Today, I was thinking about if you tell your married friend a secret, does that mean that you've told their spouses too? Yeah? Today, on behalf of everyone, want to ask a very simple question to my married friends. Like you, I have like 95% of my friends are married. I want to ask you a very simple question. Do you tell your spouses everything, even the things that are not meant to be yours to share? Yeah. Before we even dive into this video, I am picturing one of my best friends all the way from Dallas. Hi JJ. I hope that you watch this episode. I'm actually imagining your reaction before I even continue. But I've actually been thinking about this for some time, and I just kept wondering if I came to you, my married friend, and I exposed something very personal, very vulnerable. Um, I don't want to give an example because if I start giving you examples, I'm probably going to expose my sins, and oh my goodness, there's so many people that I would not want to know some of my sins. But if I came to you and I confided in you about something quite personal, something, and that is because, I trust you and probably I'm seeking for advice here and there. Does that mean that it's okay for you to tell your husband? Yeah? Married people, come to the front, come to the front, come to the front. Gather here for this discussion. So, some people think that marriage means full transparency. Meanwhile, I think I'm one of the, well, I don't know, we shall see at the end of the video. But Team, be transparent with your partner. And I know other friends of mine that totally believe in privacy, especially when it comes to your friend's business. Yeah. But where do you draw the line? Married people, come and tell us, where do you actually draw the line of, you know what? This is something that Bridget has trusted me with, and my husband does not have to know. Yeah. Or shouldn't there be a line whatsoever that if I told my married friend, a lady, I'm referring to a lady, if I told them something, yeah, should I assume automatically that, you know what, I have told my friend this and that, automatically their husbands are entitled to know? So, question number one, do you tell your spouses everything, especially the things that concern your friends? Question number two, are there things that you know that your partner does not know that concern your friends? Do your friends assume that your partner will hear what they tell you? Yep. Oftentimes, when I tell, and surprisingly, most of my close friends are married. Usually, when I tell them my personal stuff, especially things that I'm going through, the next time that I meet their husband, there's a way I feel. There's a way I feel. There's always a way I feel, and so am I paranoid? Am I paranoid? There's a way I feel, and especially if it's something that probably I've just recently told them, and I don't know, I would dissect the way the man looks at me or the way he greets me. I'll be thinking, I think so and so told them my secret. I think so and so told them my secret, guys. Am I being paranoid? But also, I think a question that's on my mind is, where do we draw the line? Where do we draw the line? If I came to you and told you something quite personal and vulnerable, yeah, is it okay for me to actually be mad or offended if I found out that you told your husband? Yeah. Is it also okay that you do that? Yeah. Is that considered not being transparent if a friend of yours told you something and you keep it from your husband? Does that mean that you're keeping a secret? Yeah. Please let me know. Please let me know, because I know a friend of mine that I've had a conversation with, and she's married, and she was on the strong side of me. I always protect my friends from my husband. Yeah. And her reasons were valid. She's like, you know what? our friendship is our friendship. There's things that my friend will tell me that I don't necessarily have to tell my husband because I am protecting them from him. I'm protecting their image in his eyes. And she told me an example of how she told her husband of a certain conversation that they had with a friend, and then for some reason the husband just totally started looking at that particular friend of theirs differently, and yet for her the friendship they had was solid, that she knew this this was a mistake or it was a moment, and it does not change who my friend is or who I know the person is. Probably she's just going through some things that she did go through, and eventually the friendship went back on track. Yeah. So she said that by all means I protect my friends from my husband. I protect them in every way. Even if we are fighting, it's rare that I'll tell my husband that, oh, so and so, this and this is going on, because she kept saying, you know what, I will forgive them. We shall work it out. Yeah. And my husband will not move on from it. But also, there's another friend of mine who said, when someone tells me something, people should know that us married people, we talk about everything. We talk about everything. So by all means, if someone tells me something, I'm definitely going to tell my husband. Married people, come to the front, come to the front. So I was there thinking, if the table is flipped, if the table is flipped, and then you told someone, even if you're still married, and then you told another married friend of yours something, that's quite personal, yeah. And then they told their husband, would you be okay with that? Yeah. Should we get acclimatized to the whole concept of, you know what, when you tell a married person something, um it's like a get past you have told actually to people? Yeah. Please let me know. Or should it be that, when your friend entrusts you with some information, there's information that should be kept from your husband, especially if the person says, please do not tell anyone. My second friend actually said, when someone says, please don't tell anyone, my husband is not in that category. And I was like, wow, 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 wow. So, married people, today, please help me answer that simple question. Do you tell your husband everything, especially personal information that your friends have entrusted you with? Should that be considered being transparent with your husband, or are you actually violating someone's privacy? Yeah. So I was actually, I just googled about it, and I just wanted to know what people say about it, and I read that some experts call it board confidentiality. When someone shares something with you, especially if it's personal and vulnerable, I honestly don't think it's automatically yours to pass on to your spouse. I honestly don't think it's um yours to pass on to your spouse. Please let me know if I am being delusional. And I know so many of my friends, if you're watching and you're married, I know that there's things that I tell you sometimes, and automatically your spouse will know. But truth be told, if I found out that actually happened, chances I won't trust you again. Truth, truth be told, chances I will be very skeptical on opening up and telling you about things the next time, because in my head I'm thinking, you know what? It's you that I'm comfortable with. It's you that I came to. It's you that I trusted. I don't know. I would feel a certain way about your husband knowing my, dirty laundry and so on and so forth. And by all means, it's going to affect the way I act around him, because I'm thinking, you know what, my secrets, my secrets. Yeah. So please let me know if I am blowing this out of proportion. Eh? But also, if it were you, yeah, before you respond to me, if it were you trusted someone with some information, and then they automatically told their husband because, hey, my husband does not fit in that don't tell bracket. I'm a firm believer in transparency. I am a very, very firm believer in transparency. I keep telling people that I think relationships would go way way easier if people were very honest and very transparent about so many things. So many things. Yeah. So I'm a firm believer in transparency, and my friends say I talk a lot. My friends say I talk a lot, so I keep thinking my future partner will every day have to be ready for my stories, because every day I'll have a hot story for him. Yeah. And I know that partners talk about things, including gossiping about us, their friends, and so on and so forth. But I am also a firm believer in that there's things where a line should be drawn. There's things where privacy should matter. There's things where confidentiality should be at the forefront. Yeah. So I don't know if I'm just being delusional because I'm not yet married, but I have seen my friends who can swear by it that, you know what, if my friend told me something and they said, please don't tell anyone, that includes my husband. And I've also met those who say, oh, that does not include my husband. So tell me, what do you think? What do you think? Should we assume that the spouse is not in the category of do not tell anyone? Yeah. And, or should we advocate for privacy? Is a thing. If someone has trusted you with something and they told you don't tell anyone, your partner is included. Yeah. This is a very short video. It's something that I've been thinking about, and I thought, you know what, let me throw it out there and people tell me what they think. So please let me know. Yeah. Privacy versus transparency. If, as a married person, I kept a secret that a friend entrusted me with from my partner, is that wrong or right? Yeah. But also, if I told without my friend necessarily giving me the permission to, is that wrong or right? So, married people, please answer that simple question for us. Do you tell your partner everything, including the things that are not yours to tell? Yeah. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.